Hi, this is David McElroy, where we can help you make a house your home. What we'd like to talk about today is home selection. So there are millions and millions of homes on the market, and there are new construction, there's pre-owned, there's condos, a lot of possibilities. So how do you know out of all of that what you want? Well, I think you start out by determining what monthly payments you can afford. So that's step number one. Then step number two is how far from work are you willing to be in order to get a house that looks like what you want? My recommendation is pick an area first and buy the least expensive home in the most expensive subdivision. Why is that important? Because as you get to the high end of the subdivision, those people can buy the least expensive home in the next subdivision and move up. So by buying the least expensive home in the nicest subdivision, you're able to get great appreciation for your home. More people can afford that, and a move-up buyer that's coming down from below you is going to want that house because it's the most affordable house in the subdivision. Is the next step up for them. Secondly, you're going to want to consider new or whether or not you're going to buy pre-owned. Why would you consider that? Well, because if you want to be close to work, it's just possible there is no new construction. And if there is new construction and it's gone to the point where they're banging down the old house to build new ones there, that means you got a lot of cost in the land. So you could be $250,000, $300,000, $400,000 just in the land cost before you build a home there. Now, if the land costs $400,000, you're probably going to have to triple that in order to have a property that makes economic sense. So 3 times 4 is what? $1.2 million? Well, maybe that's not affordable for you. So you're going to probably look at pre-owned unless you want to drive a good distance away from your employment and then decide if it's worth the drive for you. So if you're going to drive an hour to work and an hour home and work 8 hours if you are working in the office, well, you want to take that into consideration because you might find it acceptable for a month or 2 months or 6 months or a year. But if you haven't really thought it through, you might be disappointed in the long haul. So look at what you can afford, monthly payment. I would recommend we get you pre-qualified because what you can afford and what the lender will give you may be 2 different things. And maybe we need to do some restorative work on your credit situation before you can buy, or maybe we want to find out what grant you qualify for. All those buying things are important. So, are schools important to you? Well, I don't have any kids. I don't care about schools. Well, that's all right. And a lot of people without kids who aren't going to have kids don't care about that. But when you sell the house, schools might be important if you want to broaden your market to sell the home to people that have children as well. At the time of selling, you want your home to have broad appeal, which means the more personal you make your home, the more unique your tastes, the narrower the buying audience. So as you buy a home, you want to think in terms of not only would you live here, but would someone else live there. So you want to look at payments, you want to look at distance from work, you want to look at how close you are to shopping, if that matters to you, how convenient it is to get in and out of there in the morning. There are some places at rush hour, it's very difficult to get out of your home or your subdivision and get onto the major roads to go employment. That doesn't mean you can't buy there, you just want to plan for it ahead of time. Styles, more modern homes have a narrower market. Middle of the road homes, that would be something that's called traditional. With traditional colors, those are going to be homes that are more acceptable to a broader audience. So your home is 2 things. It's a place for you to live. It's also an investment. So we can help walk you through the steps. It's like home counseling so that you'll know the right thing to do. Maybe we'll drive an hour with you out and back and you say that's too much for me, or maybe you'll say that's fine. Maybe you listen to tapes of things that you can learn while you're driving and that doesn't matter to you. But we want you to think through your buying decision and then help you buy a home where you're pleased that you're there and you come back to us where we can help a house become your home. Click below, join our group. We'd love to help you have this be an enjoyable process.